Now, I don't normally do these kind of videos focusing on content creators anymore because I just prefer not to get into drama with people, although I do find videos looking at the crazy shit people do on YouTube entertaining. And these kind of videos are fun every once in a while, plus it seems like everyone really liked my Dylan Thomas videos, so that's putting it lightly. So today we're talking about an ongoing situation for once, rather than one that's seemingly run its course. We're talking about one of the most bizarre dramas I've seen in a while that all started over a damn Elden Ring review. And this person likes to copyright claim videos that have any of his content in it, which makes covering this shit 50 times more annoying because I gotta be extra careful with clips and how I approach using any of them. So they'll either be heavily edited or taken from other people's videos that have already covered this shit that have heavily edited, but I'm probably gonna apply another layer on top of that because I'm paranoid. So strap yourselves in, get you some snacks, get you some Crimson Tears. Be sure to spend all your runes before entering. Make sure you level up your vigor and your endurance because we're gonna be talking about QuantumTV today. Now, I had never heard of this guy before people started covering his antics. QuantumTV's main content seemed to be focused around TVs. Shocking, I know. There's an entire community of people that talk about how to get the best picture with certain TVs or which TVs have better picture and better features and how to calibrate your TV to get the picture the way you want it, all that kind of stuff. Pretty normal, again, pretty in-depth stuff from some of these people. I think this stuff is pretty useful if you're trying to set up a home theater or something like that. However, QuantumTV decided to make an Elden Ring review, and he didn't like the game, which is perfectly fine. There are plenty of people that just don't like, you know, the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, that type of game. And that's fine. It's perfectly fine to not like a type of game. Or just a game in general, even if the vast majority of people do like it. Where the problem arises is Quantum decided to insult everybody who likes Elden Ring. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy of his full review to go through it or anything like that because he removed it, probably because of the backlash. And even if I did, if it's been re-uploaded somewhere, he's like to take them down. So yeah, what I'm gonna have to do is play some clips from the Actman that he obviously had to edit the hell out of. But I think it gives a good idea of the kind of person we're dealing with here.
I would say this game is for somebody. They have no family, no friends, no life. I'm not sorry, I don't like Elden Ring players. They're nasty people. The players are losers. And you want to literally just start rolling with all these claims and accusations, literally living up to every gamer stereotype that you could possibly imagine. And you want to literally prove my point by being that literally loser. You're literally like a shut-in loser that like does this. And these people are literally like, bro, like they are literally scumbags. They like literally the textbook definition of like a bad human being. Like the graphics are dog shit.
Seems like a fair, articulate, well thought out review, right? You can tell he put a lot of thought into this. He got real in depth. You know, he explained his points well, his positions well, what he liked, what he didn't like. He was being pretty fair. You know, he insulted people that like the game that he doesn't like, which is 100% totally signs of a mature adult. As you can imagine, most people that saw this review did not like it, and people felt the need to respond to it, as content creators do. This is where the shit show begins. Do you like sci-fi? Do you like superhero teams? Well, you might want to check out my book, Renegades Volume 1 Rise, now available on Amazon, both physical and digital. Set in the far future, humanity accidentally crossed over into another dimension while trying to escape a dying Earth. They arrived at a mirror Earth called Terra, inhabited by sentient humanoid animals called Terrans. Humans and Terrans coexisted for a little while, but they eventually went to war. After 10 years of brutal warfare, they eventually found peace. Our story is set 50 years later. A madman named Ivan and his terror cell called Scythe are searching for a dangerous weapon that will allow them to take over the world. The only people who can stop them are the Renegades, a ragtag group of misfits including a teenage girl trained to be a soldier since she was a child, a teenage delinquent with a hoverboard, 2 super geniuses, a former heavyweight pro boxer with cybernetic augments, and a mysterious blue creature with no memories and the ability to manipulate water and ice. In order to stop Ivan, the Renegades will have to take on giant mechs, evil mega corporations, terrorists, cyborg ninjas, and more in their exciting debut. You can pick up the digital version for 99 cents or the print version for 17 bucks. You can also read the book for free as serials on my Wattpad and Minds accounts. They are updated every other week with a new section. One smaller YouTuber, a minor in the UK called Mischief, made a response to Quantum's Elden Ring review, and yeah, Quantum did not like that video. I think it's safe to say he was rather peeved. I'd even go as far as to say that he was a little salty bitch about it. This may come as a shock to you, but if you say something stupid on the internet and people find it, they're gonna give you shit for it. That's just the way it is. Hell, you can say something even not stupid and have really good points, and the people who will disagree with you will still try to clown on you and shit on you for it. They'll probably end up looking stupid, especially if it's a really good point they're arguing against and their argument is dumb, but they'll still try it. I guess QuantumTV just doesn't understand that and decided that it would be a good idea to harass Mischief by copyright claiming his video. Here's the thing about copyright on YouTube in case you don't know this. If, say, I claim someone's video, not that I would unless it was, you know, they just re-uploaded my entire video without permission or whatever. Let's just say someone did that, right? Or like you did that. If you wanted to dispute the claim I'm making on the video, you would have to give me your legal information, including your address and government name. Now, the address part you can circumvent by using a PO box that's registered to you. But I mean, if I got your name, like, you know, if I really wanted to, it wouldn't be hard to figure out where you lived. That sounds really creepy, but that's just the reality of how it works. So you can understand most people want to avoid filing a counterclaim when someone does this because you don't want to give some weirdo on the internet your address. I mean, I fucking wouldn't. Especially when dealing with somebody like QuantumTV, because we'll see what it'll mean in a minute. But Mischief decided he did exactly what honestly I would do in a situation, and he just took the video down before it escalated into something worse, like a copyright strike, which would affect his ability to upload or stream or whatever. Quantum then decided to take it a step further and started harassing Mischief and posting paragraphs of comments in videos, even if the video wasn't even about him, or he was just mentioned briefly. But he also started accusing him of stealing his content and came in his community tab, and it was a fucking shit show. This is some maidenless behavior right here. I can't even fucking sugarcoat this. After this blatant copyright abuse, Quantum landed on the radar of bigger YouTubers, including the Act Man, GRIFFIN Gaming, Fratanga, REVIEWTECH USA, Rags, and many others, including your host, Killer Keemstar. Yeah, this went full Streisand effect. Had he just taken the L and just ignored Mischief and other people who made videos covering his shitty review, I doubt the situation would have escalated to what it is now. If there is one thing you can do that would unite nearly everyone in every community on YouTube against you, it's false flagging someone, or blatantly false copyright claims or strikes against people who criticize you. Because if you make YouTube videos, at some point, I guarantee it, you are likely gonna have someone claim part of or all of one of your videos. It's just gonna happen. Hell, I had somebody claim a fucking live stream that was just me playing Resident Evil 7 at one point. And when I dug into who was filing the claim, it was another Let's Play YouTuber. I highly doubt Capcom gave copyright permission to a damn Let's Player on YouTube. Let's just be real. I doubt that. YouTube's copyright system is unbelievably easy to abuse. Like, it's not even fucking funny. I've had someone claim music from God of War 2 soundtrack, and they were not affiliated with Sony Records at all in any way, so they were just claiming it just because they could. But people have bitched about YouTube's copyright bullshit for years, and I doubt it's ever gonna be fixed. Like, I wouldn't hold my fucking breath on that. Hell, even Bungie at one point was getting hit with false claims over their own music from the Halo games, and I think Destiny too. That just gives you an idea of how fucking broken this shit is. And there have been several high-profile fair use cases and campaigns by YouTubers about this shit to try and get this resolved and get this fixed. One of them involved H3H3, and I remember several movie channels like I Hate Everything and Your Movie Sucks had to deal with false copyright bullshit when they tried to cover a movie called Cool Cat. I think it's more than one movie, but it's been so long since I've looked at that shit. But the guy behind that movie, Derek Savage, kept claiming their videos because he didn't like their criticisms. Gee, that's starting to look awfully familiar, doesn't it?
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
Speaking of other major players in this story, let's talk about the Act Man. The Actman's involvement in all this started with a video called The Worst Elden Ring Hot Takes, and there were 2 sections dedicated to Quantum's shitty review and his response to the Elden Ring community. The full video will be in the description. Like I said, I don't feel comfortable playing too much of it because this asshole will probably try to hit me with a copyright claim or strike, and I ain't trying to deal with that bullshit. One of the stupidest points he says was, a game that's not for everyone isn't a game that should be made, in his opinion.
It's not for everyone. A game that's not for everyone isn't a game that should be made, in my opinion.
Dude, what the fuck? Did you ever think that maybe you just don't like this certain thing? Because not everything needs to cater to me. Or anyone for that matter. Or everybody. Puzzle games are not really my thing. I'm fine if a game has puzzles in it, but if the game is all puzzles, and there's not really too much else to it, I'm gonna have a hard time getting into it. Does this mean that puzzle games are bad? No, it's just not my thing, and that's perfectly fine. When you try to make everything for everybody, you just end up with a bland mess that doesn't really appeal to anyone, and people are just gonna forget about it. He also tells people that are Elden Ring fans to go kill themselves.
Every game is fucking easy, and if you aren't one of those players, then you are a scumbag, you filthy casual. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man.
Nice. As I'm sure you can imagine, he tried to claim Actman's video. Yeah, it didn't succeed. And it led to Actman making another video highlighting his rampant copyright abuse, his harassment of other YouTubers, and also the fucked up shit that he said on Twitter. Put a pin in the Twitter shit because we're gonna come back to that later. Sometime after that video, which I think Actman was done at this point, but Quantum had to escalate further for whatever fucking reason. Instead of just walking away and just taking the multiple L's he'd been served at this point, he decided to call the Actman's mom, and apparently said something pretty threatening.
I can confirm that QuantumTV is threatening me and my family with doxing and violence. Even reached out to my mother saying we wouldn't want families to get hurt or involved in this. I wish I was fucking joking. If I see you, Quantum, we shoot on sight. He even made veiled threats of violence in his latest video around 1720. You guys are going to get someone killed. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be you if you do anything. Can someone at YouTube ask this guy now? Lamau.
Bruh. Did you call this man's mom because he made fun of the stupid shit you said on YouTube and Twitter? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? And if you don't think that that's enough evidence to prove that Quantum did this shit, here's a clip from GRIFFIN Gaming of Quantum saying he did call Actman's mom.
And then you don't just stop there, you go even further with it, and some of you start doxing and sharing personal information. Bro, ask him. Don't think I'm playing around. I called Actman's mother to get a hold of him to let him know the kind of damage he was causing, okay? I'm not fucking around with this.
I just find it funny that he's complaining about other people doxing him, but then calls a YouTuber's mom who has fuck all to do with this situation aside from the person you got beef with is their son. And I highly doubt Actman's mom publicly posts her number on the internet because that would be pretty fucking nuts. You definitely went through digging this information and then contacted her. Clearly it's like an intimidation thing, I guess. I think this is stupid. But the point is you had to go find this information. And not only did you find this information, you thought it was a good idea to call his mom about this shit. But to further pile on that yes, he did contact Actman's mom, he made his community post as a response to Actman's tweet.
At the Actman, I reached out to your mother and conveyed the severity of real-world harm you have been causing through your social media actions. I in no way ever threatened your mother or family. I definitely never issued any veiled threats. But now you're calling for Act Bros to unite for Act Mother's honor. This has officially turned to criminal activity. This is a direct call for an upright, bro, are you a government or something? What the fuck? And threat of gun violence against me. I warned you. I even gave you a chance to stop. These death threats are not okay. I made no threats to be at your home. And given the last conversation I had with your mother, I figured you'd leave me alone. But here is yet another extremely manipulative post, calling for unity as you threaten gun violence. I'll be sending this to the authorities. Threats will not be tolerated.
Okay. What real-world harm Was Actman causing you by responding to your garbage-ass videos? Dog, you could've just walked away and just taken your licks and moved on. Like, it ain't that fucking hard. You're claiming Actman made a death threat against you? I think Actman had a pretty fair response to you, considering you just called his mom and left a veiled threat. I don't know if QuantumTV knows this, but the Actman knows martial arts, so if you show up to his house or his mom's house, he's gonna fuck you up. It's not gonna go the way you think it is. And I just want to remind everybody, this all started out over some dumbass Elden Ring takes. This is just how insane this shit has gotten. But what if I told you his maidenless behavior did not stop here? Rich of ReviewTech USA got involved in this and covered this story. ReviewTech USA found some pretty interesting info about QuantumTV. You see, Quantum is ban evading on YouTube. He had another channel that was taken down for hate speech. I didn't know this, but apparently ban evading is against YouTube's TOS, which, to be honest, I think is kind of bullshit, because what if the person makes a new channel and they don't do anything that breaks TOS? I don't think your new channel should be banned unless you start breaking TOS again. Also, I find the idea of banning someone for hate speech just dumb, personally. And I get that this dude says some pretty fucked up shit. He really does not like the LGBT community. It's beyond like just criticizing aspects of them or certain people inside the LGBT community, like some of the crazy loud activists that say dumb shit. It goes beyond that. He doesn't criticize those kind of people, right? He outright just seems to hate LGBT people in general. He even went as far as to wish death upon them. I'm just gonna play a clip of Actman showing one of the more fucked up tweets. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say this on YouTube, because YouTube might actually flag me down for saying it.
Now, Rich isn't going after Quantum's past because of cancel culture, right? This is to further establish the legitimacy of your previous channel's ban, Quantum, and therefore justify a ban for your current one. In a response to a picture of two people kissing in a church, he wrote, "Too bad you weren't a Pulse victim." In reference to the Pulse nightclub shooting, an incident at a gay bar where 47 people were killed.
I don't agree with any of the shit he said or says when it comes to this stuff. Do I think he should be banned for that? No, I think people should be allowed to say whatever fucked up shit they want, and it'd be allowed, but the flip side of that is, I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want about you in response to that. That's just how I am. But there are more posts of him saying messed up shit like this on his Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. And when this stuff became public knowledge and more people were aware of it, he tried to claim that he was hacked when he posted all of this shit. Which, yeah, that doesn't hold up at all, because if his accounts were hacked when these were posted, why didn't he delete them when he got control of the accounts back? Also, it's strange that he had zero posts of him mentioning that his account got hacked, especially around the time when these fucked up posts got made. It really seems like something you'd want to do if a hacker was posting stuff like this under your account. Unless these accounts were never back under your control, which I highly doubt that, since that would mean the hackers conveniently started deleting these posts when ReviewTech USA started finding them and showing them on his stream, and also deleted the entire account. That seems really suspect to me. If I was a hacker and I wanted to make you look like a horrible fucking person, why would I delete the posts that I made from your account pretending to be you that make you look like a scumbag? Why would I delete them if my whole plan is to ruin your life? That seems counterintuitive. It doesn't make any sense. That's a galaxy brain play right there, man. Don't fuck with this hacker. He on that light Yagami 60 chest 3000 IQ grind set. Holy shit.
Hacker man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
But Quantum decided to threaten legal action against Rich, and it didn't just stop there. Yes, it somehow gets worse than just threatening legal action for a guy covering this shit. He then decided slander was the next best option, and decided to call Rich a pedophile.
But much like Onision, Rich from ReviewTech USA is a pedophile and, quite frankly, a pretty bad individual on the platform to even still be allowed here.
You may be shocked to find out that he had absolutely zero evidence, and it was entirely speculation. The crux of his argument is that Rich made a tweet saying that he's a fan of Vouch, because Vouch has that clip about him talking about child porn that went viral. I'm not even gonna get into Vouch, Because, look, I don't want to talk about political shit anymore. I'm tired of that shit. I don't want to deal with that bullshit. And that's not what this video is about. But calling somebody a pedophile with zero evidence is a seriously dumb thing to do, because Rich can turn around and sue you for slander and maybe even defamation. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I'm not a law expert. Do not get legal advice from me aside of just common sense shit like don't call somebody a pedophile without any goddamn evidence. I think at one point he even called Rich the white EDP 445. I'm sorry, I can't say that with a straight face. I'm sorry. I gotta say. Okay, I'd be lying if I said that in a vacuum, out of context, that line is fucking funny. Calling him the white EDP 445.
All right, go ahead. Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
But it's stupid to accuse this man of being a pedophile when you have zero fucking evidence. You might want to, I don't know why I'm giving you advice, Quantum, but you might want to pump the fucking brake on that one, because that's not gonna end well. But wait, there's more. Unfortunately, there is more. Griffin Gaming made a video critiquing a video Quantum made trashed in the Xbox. Quantum, as I'm sure you may have guessed by now, did not like this video and made a video of his own that is now deleted, so I can't find it, where he threatened to copyright claim Griffin's video. Griffin reached out to him via email to try and work things out. I'm gonna play some clips. The full video will be in the description. I highly suggest checking it out, because this all started before the Mischief Elden Ring drama.
I started off the conversation by saying, just letting you know, I don't appreciate being threatened with an illegal copyright takedown for a video that was clearly fair use with commentary added, but I have trimmed out the clips of your outro music from the video as a gesture of good faith, and I am just waiting for YouTube to process the change. Because if I remember correctly, again, I wish I had the video, but I think that's what he was trying to copyright strike me on, was using like whatever music he had as his YouTube outro. You can verify that this is my email address by checking the about section on my channel under the business email. Abusing the YouTube copyright system is only ever going to make you look worse, regardless of what you feel I did to wrong you, so I hope the claim you made in your video that you intend to file a copyright takedown was not serious. To which he replied and says, you can't copy video URLs and rip them off YouTube. That violates YouTube TOS. No, it doesn't. You cannot monetize my outro video without any changes to the outro. I didn't give you permission to play my content. If you want to use my content, transform it in accordance to the Fair Use Act of 1976. This is a lawful copyright submission, as you stole my URL and usurped my original content and market. This is not a threat. It is a notification. So I replied and said, so what you were requesting is I remove the video. To which he replied and said, not at all. You got great views on that. I'm not the monster you think I am. Dude, just remove my outro, which keep in mind, I already said I did. The rest of the video is fair use, just not my original outro, as you let it play without any augmentations for commercial use. So keep in mind, this is the same man that says that someone who replies to his YouTube video is not fair use. Here he is literally admitting that my video responding to his video in its entirety is fair use. This motherfucker is completely incapable of being able to, as our boy Crap would put it, keep that same energy. So
yeah, this dude is fucking nuts. Not that I think you needed me to tell you that, based on everything I've shown at this point. And no, we're still not done. Now would be a good time to go touch some grace if you need to refill your crimson tears. I'm gonna need to do that in a minute, because this man just keeps going. Remember when I said he usually makes videos about TVs and shit? Well, he started drama in that community too. For some reason, he got really pissed off at another channel called Stop the FOMO because they used a title card for that show Lucifer to test and demonstrate the difference in bloom quality for different TVs. You're probably wondering, how the hell does that start drama or piss off anybody? Oh boy, brace yourselves for this one. This is why Quantum started beefing with FOMO.
TV reviewer Stop the FOMO has landed under fire by many for displaying the name Lucifer as the illumination test to assess blooming capabilities of the 2021 TLC R646 TV. Many of faith perceive this as a subliminal message that Lucifer is the light. Stop the FOMO came under fire in a recent QuantumTV video where the outrage was made clear.
Wow, Stop the FOMO is a devil worshiper because he used a title card for the show Lucifer that tests the blooming capabilities of multiple TVs? Are you fucking serious? I went to the video in question, it's not even 10 seconds where the Lucifer title card's on screen. And FOMO uses multiple TV shows to compare the picture quality of all TVs and shit to show you what they do so you can make the best informed purchase or whatever. Pretty standard stuff for a tech channel. But Quantum isn't done yet. He goes on to say,
in response to the message, the devil is not the good guy a few depraved souls had this to say. The show is about the redemption of Lucifer as he learns to love, act selflessly, and speak the truth. It's not my kind of show, but if God can't forgive a repentant Satan, then Christ is powerless and we're all doomed.
As someone who has watched a good portion of the Lucifer show, Ty, the person who made this comment, is pretty accurate with what the show was like. And the first few seasons were actually pretty fucking good. I heard it went to shit after Netflix bought it and brought it back because it did get canceled after I think the 3rd season or something like that. But I haven't watched much past when it initially got canceled. But Quantum, in his infinite multidimensional lunacy, made a video about the FOMO, and he titled it, FOMO boldly supports Lucifer in the TLC R646 review, and goes on to say this.
It's clear Stop the FOMO is a twisted individual who would sooner respond to those mentioning a satanic cult than everyday viewers looking for assistance. If you subscribe to him, or be the installer, I recommend unsubscribing. There are other fish in the sea.
I don't know anymore, man. He said some more shit on Discord. I saw Agman share this, and I think this was the first post I saw from this guy. And look, man, I don't even know how to preface this shit. Just listen to this shit.
I just want to thank everyone for sticking with me. It's obvious most of these other reviewers like Stop the FOMO, Digital Trends, and HDTV Test are just Satanists in disguise. Every time I've seen one of the videos, you can tell they're trying to brainwash the masses to their gay, liberal, satanic, atheist agenda.
Atheists are satanic? What? The whole point of an atheist is they don't believe in God or supernatural. Most of them, I don't think most atheists even believe in supernatural shit either, so what? Moving on.
1 minute, someone could be watching Stop the FOMO, and the next minute, they start having anal sex with their dad.
Dude, what the f- I'm losing brain cells reading this.
Doing coke and trying to conjure demons with satanic rituals. Satanic influence isn't a joke. It's obvious already when Stop the FOMO entered using the Lucifer logo to praise Satan, claiming he was just testing for blue. God, I hate atheists with their satanic rituals.
Do most atheists do satanic rituals? I've been an atheist since I was a teenager, man. I haven't been invited to any satanic rituals. What goes on there? Any atheists in the comments? Can you get back to me on that? Is that a thing? Do I need to point out that that would contradict being an atheist, worshiping Satan, because then you'd kind of have to say that God exists, because Satan is, you know, like the opposite of God and stuff in most religions. Like the Satan or devil type character is like the opposite of like the God characters and stuff in religions and mythologies and stuff like that. Do I need to point that out? So a satanic atheist makes no fucking sense to me. But what am I expecting sense from this dude? What? You hear the shit he's posting. This is in his Discord too.
They need an ass kicking from some Christians. Also, all the troll comments from satanic atheists are getting banned. All the satanic gay atheist people accuse me of being a coward for deleting my video. I only had to delete them because of YouTuber's gay agenda. Instead of people getting upset at me, why don't they just let me be? Because they are heterophobic, anti-Christian pieces of shit. I don't want to participate in the anal sex the liberal people tell me to.
What gay people are telling you to take it up the ass or fuck people in the ass? Like what? The fuck?
Remember to stay strong in the faith of Christ who died for our sins. God loves you and love will prosper.
I'm feeling the love right now. I don't know about you guys. This seems like a very kind, compassionate, considerate post right now. This is beyond maidenless behavior right now. This man got some serious serious scarlet rot going on right now. He needs to eat nothing but preserving boluses for the next few weeks, because he's clearly fucking lost it if he even had it to begin with.
Really, look, niggas be wildin'.
I don't. I feel like I lost brain cells reading this shit. I need a drink. But one last thing. Before I forget, he decided to dox another TV YouTuber at some point called Ninjishin AV and posted his dox on his community tab. You know, I'm not even surprised about that. I mean, if he's willing to call somebody a devil worshiper for using a title card from a TV show to compare bloom settings on TVs, and then call somebody's mom over YouTube drama, I shouldn't be surprised about doxing someone. But let's wrap this shit up before I lose more brain cells. Now, I rarely say this, and I hate that I'm in a position where I feel like this needs to be said, but this guy needs to be removed from YouTube for copyright abuse and doxing people. And I should have mentioned this earlier in the copyright section when I was talking about that, but you can actually get into legal trouble for filing malicious copyright claims. So if someone you flag turns around and countersues you, or counterclaims it, that has to be settled by court. And if the courts look at your claim and decide that you claim that person's video with malicious intent and that their video falls under fair use, like blatantly, that can land you in some serious legal troubles on top of whatever money the person that you filed a claim against is entitled to since you lose the suit. I'm not gonna shed a single goddamn tear if this guy gets cleaned the fuck out in court over this garbage. And it'd be really funny if Ackman is the one that does it too. Oh man, this is like a Russian nest endologist of crazy shit. Because now he's claiming, at one point I think I saw he was claiming that, I think Ackman and I think he said GRIFFIN Gaming too were committing hate crimes against him or some shit. Look man, I'm not gonna get into that. This thing is already 30 plus minutes long. If you made it this far in the goddamn video, I appreciate it. You know, consider liking, subscribing, all that other shit. And I'll see you later, hopefully in another video or live stream or whatever. I'm gonna head out. I need a fucking drink.